The next few minutes are specifically to your future self. Don't flake on it. Come on, son. Hey there, game changers. Welcome back to Mentality, your go-to channel to level up your life, mindset, and performance in your early 20s so that you have the best shot at living your best life. My name is Neil, your personal mindset and performance coach, and today we're going to be touching on the topic of building strong relationships. This is with our series, our Game Changer series that's continuing. This is part 6, and today I'm going to be giving you the four tips that I think will best serve you in building strong relationships. These tips have helped me over the last 14 years of my relationship with my current partner, and almost 9 years of marriage, 3 children. We are so close and so at peace in our relationship that persons actually think that we just got together. They don't even realize how long and that we actually have 3 children. So I'm sure that these tips are going to help you to improve and upgrade your relationship and the strength and unity between you and your partner. So let's jump into it. Firstly, love yourself first. All right, that's the first tip. I would have shared from the last couple of videos that I would have moved in over the last year or so into reality creation and recognizing that this world is really ourselves pushed out. It's literally the formation of our thoughts that is being formed before our very eyes, right? So what we're seeing isn't actually what's there, but what we believe and perceive is there. I'm sure you'd have experienced in the past where you'd have thought something was actually occurring, but then when you actually got to realize it was not that at all. Okay, you would have thought you seen a particular color, and then after someone else would say, no, that's not that color. When you look, you realize that's not the color you saw. Or you would have thought you heard something, and then after when it is you actually listen again, you realize that's not what you heard. So what I'm saying is the first thing that you have to focus on, and this is something that I was doing for a long while and did not realize until recently, that actually is what caused us to stay in that committed relationship over that period of time. And this is, I was focused on myself. You see, in love, we say you don't have to be selfish, but to a degree, you have to be selfish in terms of loving yourself more than anybody else. If you love yourself more than anybody else, then that scripture that says, love your neighbor as yourself, it will be easy for you to do. Because then, to the degree that you love yourself, is to the degree that you will love others. And naturally, you would come to a point where you would say, I don't think I should do this because I would like this for myself. This is how I judge myself, guys. I won't really say judge myself, but this is how I view my relationship and myself in my relationship. If I'm doing something, I ask myself, would I want this be done to me? Would I appreciate this being done to me? And if not, I would apologize if I hadn't done it already. If I didn't do it already, if I had done it already, if I did not do it already, I just wouldn't do it. Or even when I'm conversing with my partner, I would say to her, listen, would you want that to be your issue? Like, would you have wanted this to happen to you? Would you have wanted me to think this about you? Would you have wanted me to say this to you? So we govern our relationship with this principle of love expressing to the degree that you would love yourself. And this has greatly helped and improved our marriage and our relationship over the last 14 years, and well, our marriage over the last almost 9 years. This is going to be 9 years. All right. So first tip is love yourself. What you want to do is assess and ask yourself, meditate and internally introspect yourself, asking, do I love myself enough? Do I feel worthy enough? Your self-worth actually reflects the way you treat persons. Your standards that you hold yourself to is based on how valuable you feel that you are. If communication is key, that's the second part. Communication is king and key in a relationship. I'm sure you'd have heard this multiple times, but I can tell you, always improve on your communication. Look at, like, every few months or so, look at new podcasts, read new books on communication. Always improve the way and the methods and how you communicate. Are you going to be giving the person time to speak? And you guys, there's so many different ways that my wife and I tried over the years to improve our communication. Either with two of us just talking back and forth, and after we realize, like, okay, that's not working, and then where we would leave the person to talk and we would just listen, and then we would talk, but then at a point in time, that also might not have worked, because then we're impatient to wait. So within communicating, you have to now develop patience, and that patience is going to help you further build your communication, but not just your communication, just in life in general. You're going to be better at being patient for things to happen for you, because you are patient in waiting for your partner to finish speak before you bring across your point. But then it will give you that sense of negotiation as well too, because then you're saying, listen, I let you talk, so let me talk now. But then you get to a point where it improves even further than that, to the point where sometimes one word you would say and the person realize, oh, let's not go there, because I understand what you're going to say, because you have said it so many times. But that only happens if you continue to bridge that gap of communicating and understanding the person's viewpoint, understand how they think, understanding how they react to certain feelings. All right, and it's different for men and women. No, side note here, for a man that's pursuing to be high valued, which is exactly what this channel is dedicated towards. For men in their 20s that's looking to become a high value man, that's looking to become a man that has a purpose and a vision, is going after it to become his best version in this life. This man will attract to him a woman that will challenge him. This is something I had to learn. You will attract a woman that will challenge you. She will seem like she's nagging or complaining, but she's not. She just wants to make sure that you're sure about what you're saying. She's making sure that you are sticking to your purpose. She's making sure that you are staying to your highest truth. She's making sure that you are being true to yourself, so that she can totally rely and surrender to you. So what you may see as nagging, what you may see as pestering, what you may see as her questioning you, is her chiseling, sharpening, tuning you to become the best version of yourself. And if it is you flake on it, if it is you become weak by not standing up and penetrating that behavior with love, your relationship is not going to stand. And when we communicate, my whole focus on this communication is holding our conversation to the highest truth. Are we allowing anger, jealousy, hate, pride, envy? Are we allowing these things to govern the conversation right now? Or are we allowing love to govern the conversation? Every answer that we come up with, every solution that we come up with must reflect from a solution of what is the highest form of love that can take place out of this conversation right now. I just mentioned it. Holding to your highest truth. This is part 3. Always focus on your highest truth when it comes to disagreements. When you disagree on something, it's just simply this: two different viewpoints. Two different viewpoints. Because if you had the same viewpoint, you would have agreed. Agreement only takes place when everyone sees things the same way. Other than that, what we will do is agree to disagree, which is still the same thing of agreeing to view something the same way, just not in the same understanding. All right. So if it is you disagree and you acknowledge the fact that this is seeing things from two different viewpoints, but you actually want to see the same viewpoint, how you do that is by holding yourself to what's the highest form of truth. So for me, the highest form of truth is that I am the embodiment of the infinite God. That God is the essence of my being, and within me contains the entirety of the cosmos. I am the microcosmo of the macrocosmo and beyond. That I exist and I don't exist at the same time. That I am neither for or against. I'm in the middle part of existence. If it is you don't understand what I'm saying, continue listening to the channel. You would eventually hear me speak on these topics more and more going into the future. But I see myself as the I am. The I am that just exists as pure awareness. Having an experience and learning who I am throughout multiple bodies on this earth and throughout this universe, right? Little bit of a rant there. But what I'm saying is because of that, I hold myself to the highest truth to that degree. And I say to myself, okay, then what is my highest form of love? If I am pure love, then is this disagreement something worth me fighting for? Or is it something that I'm approaching from a place of pride or from a place of anger? That means ego is showing itself up here. And if this is ego, this is not me. I am not ego. And if it is I'm fighting against something or resisting something, then this is not me, because I am just supposed to be aware. I am supposed to just observe what is taking place right now. And if I'm not observing and trying to bring to the highest truth, then I should just drop this. And that, believe it, let me tell you guys, this has cut down our arguments and disagreements to like almost near zero. We'll probably have like a squabble. And when I say a squabble, I mean like but at the time we do it like 2 times, we realize, hey, this make no sense. And then we just laugh, kiss, move along, get along with our day. But it took work. It took us going through like real tough banters over and over and over again. And it's persistent. And listen, we want to get to the highest version of how we can communicate. And that's why step 2 is continue improving it, because even now there are certain things that will come up that we never thought would have come up, that actually brings us to a place of having to improve our communication, not to get back to a place of constant disagreement. But it's making us better and better every day, bringing us to the highest form of ourselves, where we fell from. You know, as mankind, we fell. Well, where did we fell from? And if we fell, that means we have to get back to that place. Have a vision and set big goals together. This is the 4th thing that I think really will help you maintain a strong and stable relationship with your partner. And I mean, a wife or a partner for a man is literally like his, could be his Achilles heel or his catalyst to success. A good woman can make you attain heights that you could never have attained for yourself, despite of how you feel about women. I'm telling you. And a bad woman, no matter how good you are, you will not reach near a tenth of the potential that you could have reached because of that woman. So I'm telling you guys, pick your partner effectively. I literally spend time visualizing, praying, affirming, and specifically identifying point to point to point the person that I wanted to be my spouse. I did this when I was like 15 years, because I understood at that time how serious and how crucial it was to have a good partner. No, she is not exactly like me. She's not everything like me. She's my complementary opposite. We don't really clash with things like things I like, she doesn't like it, and things she likes, I don't really like it. But that's what makes it good, because the missing parts fit. The missing parts fit. And that's what you want. You want someone who has gaps that you can fill, and where they have things that can fill the gaps that you have. You don't want to look for someone that everything you guys agree with. You don't want to look for someone that everything is okay and you're always happy with each other. No, you want to grow to that, because that person is filling the gaps that you are missing, and vice versa. You see, so getting back to the main point here, but the 4th point, which is having a vision and setting big goals together, it will keep you focused. You will not be wasting time going and just partying or just drinking on the weekends or watching movies or binge watching series and all of these low vibrational things. You guys are going to be reading educational books, doing personal development, meditating, communicating with your internal being, strengthening your fortune and your mindset, building up your performance on a weekly, monthly, daily basis. Guys, if it is you set big goals with your partner and you guys are working together towards that goal, every day is going to be an adventure, because every day you're going to be looking for some way to improve. Every day you're going to be looking for something to do different. Every day you're going to be doing for something that can improve your life and make you a better person. And if you're becoming better and your partner is becoming better, the relationship is going to be better. Don't focus on each other. Remember the first point. Focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself and your partner focus on their self, then naturally you guys are going to be the best version of yourself for each other.